Hey everyone. So today we're going to dig into something really cool, the inciting incident. You know that one single moment that kicks a whole story into high gear? And we're going to use the opening of the Apfeldern Chronicles as our case study. It's just a brilliant example of how you can take four total strangers and, bam, turn them into heroes. All right, let's get into it. So every great story has to start somewhere, right? In the ordinary world. And this quote, it just nails it. Apfeldern, it's not some big, crazy city. It's not a battlefield. No, it's quiet. Almost too quiet, you know? You can just feel how slow and predictable everything is. And that piece, well, that's the perfect blank canvas for all the chaos that's about to be thrown at it. And there you have it. That's the first hook, the first little whisper of tension. It's basically the writer telling us, hey, don't get too comfortable. What you see on the surface, that's not the real story. And by throwing that contrast at us right away, this quiet little village with these shadows, we're immediately leaning in, asking, okay, what's really going on here? All right, so into this quiet town with its dark secrets, our main characters start to show up. And here's the thing that's so important to get. They're not a team. Not even close. They're just four separate people rolling into town one by one, each on their own business. The story really hammers this point home, so let's meet them. First up, Cedric. I love this description. It's so simple, but it tells you so much without spelling it out. He's a druid, right? Connected to the earth, the seasons. You immediately get this vibe of a really grounded, maybe even hesitant kind of guy. He's definitely not the type who's looking to start trouble. And then you've got Thane. Talk about a total 180 from Cedric. This guy is the polar opposite of blending in. He's a blue-skinned air genasi, a bard, and he absolutely owns it. He's an outsider, and he loves it. You just know this guy has a flair for the dramatic. Next, we meet Taelenor. And what's so great here is the little twist on a classic character. An elven ranger? We've seen that before. But that one detail, that his wolf is warmer than he is, wow, that tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? He's cold, he's distant, probably hiding some serious baggage. And last but not least, Okazaki. This description is just chef's kiss. He's calm as a still pond on the outside, but underneath, edged like steel. It's the perfect picture of hidden power. You've got this immense skill, this incredible discipline, just simmering below the surface, waiting for a reason to come out. Okay, so let's just pull back for a second. We've got a druid, a bard, a ranger, and a samurai. A real mixed bag, right? And the key thing to remember is that none of them know each other. None of them are looking to make friends. They're all on their own paths. And that isolation, that's the whole point. It makes what happens next so much more meaningful. So, you've got your setting, you've got your heroes to be. Now you need a spark. You need something to light the fuse. And in Apfeldern, it's not some crazy world-ending demon. Nope, it's something much more down to earth, a common bully. Let's take a look at how this one guy becomes the catalyst for, well, for everything. So here he is, Red, the town bully. He's not a dark lord, he's just a local problem. But look at that key phrase, emboldened by the complacency of the town. That's so brilliant. It tells us the problem isn't just this one guy, Red. The real problem is that the entire town is just letting it happen. They're looking the other way. And Red isn't just picking on people at random. No, he's got a pattern. He goes after people who don't belong, outsiders. And who just rolled into town? Our four strangers. So, yeah, each one of them has already had a nasty run-in with this guy. The story is so smart here. It's giving them a common enemy before they've even said hello to each other. Red is basically connecting them without even knowing it. Okay, so this is it, the moment it all boils over. You've got all the pieces in place, the quiet town, the four strangers keeping to themselves, and the bully who's about to go way too far. Everything is about to collide right down by the river. This is the big one. And here's the final straw. This is the trigger point. Look, Red's already messed with our heroes, and they've just let it slide. But this? He turns on an elderly villager, someone who can't possibly defend themselves. And that's a line you just don't cross. It's the kind of thing that forces good people to stop watching and start doing something. And who's the first to step up? Okazaki, of course. And just look at the setup here. This is not what you'd call a fair fight. You've got one guy, our quiet, calm samurai, facing down Red and his whole crew. He is totally, completely on his own. And then he drops a line that just changes the entire dynamic. Outnumbered? Yes. Outmatched? No. I mean, come on, that's just ice cold. This is the pivot point of the whole scene. It's not just talk, it's a promise. He's telling everyone, you have no idea what you're dealing with. All that still pawn stuff? Yeah, a tsunami is about to hit. And that's the cue for everyone else. They're drawn in. But watch how they join in, because it's perfect. It lines up exactly with who they are. Cedric, the nature guy, he joins in reluctantly. Thane, the showman, he jumps in with this kind of nervous swagger. And Talinor, the stoic ranger, he just acts. Cold, efficient, certain. It's not just a fight scene, it's character development through action. And just like that, it's over. It's almost anticlimactic. Talinor's arrow hits its mark, and that's all it takes. The bullies' courage just evaporates. See, their whole strength was just in their numbers. It wasn't real. The second they came up against actual coordinated opposition, they just broke and ran. So, the fight's over. The bad guys are gone. But the story? Oh, it's just getting started. What happens now, right? These four strangers just fought side by side, but that doesn't make them a team. Not yet. So let's look at what comes next. This really delicate moment right after the action. And then comes another game-changing line. And get this, it comes from Talinor, the quietest, most withdrawn guy in the whole group. He just says, "This isn't finished." And with those three little words, everything shifts. This wasn't just a random fight anymore. Now it's a mission. He's the one who sees that just scaring them off didn't solve anything. And boom, just like that, they have a shared purpose. It was born out of that one moment by the river. And these four people, who are still strangers, remember, they don't know or trust each other yet, they are now united. They have one clear goal: find Red and finish this. And here it is, the final, perfect twist to cap off this whole opening. This question just flips the whole script. We went into this thinking, okay, this story is about a bully. But now we're being told that Red is just the tip of the iceberg. He's just a symptom of a deeper rot. So the small-town bully story just exploded into a huge mystery. And that, my friends, is how you write a killer hook.